Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Yeah, it's the Priceline Negotiator, and I'm here because I'm tired of you getting less. Less sunshine, less fun, less bang for your buck. It's time for more. That's why I'm getting you up to 60% off your favorite hotels, along with exclusive deals on rental cars and flights. Because when you save more, you can do more. More sunshine, more fun, a lot more for your dollar. Every trip is a big deal. So visit Priceline.com to get more out of your next trip.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's a lot going on. I'm sure you've been following the news and trying to keep up to date, so we want to give you the latest. This is the big one.
What's that?
Burger King is changing their logo.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's the big news.
All right.
Here's the funny thing. There are a bunch of people that are Burger King fans that probably don't know this new logo very well, even because of the fact it's their old logo.
Right.
This is going to be new to them, even though maybe you, me, Rev, we remember this old logo.
Well, I'm a Burger King enthusiast. I mean, the Whopper to me is the greatest. It's of all the fast food hamburgers.
I had a Whopper yesterday.
See, Rev knows what's
so
up.
good.
Yeah. Well, and really, this new logo is pretty much their old logo from back in the day, the 70s and the 80s. Now, the regular logo, if you remember, and maybe you don't, it's got the Burger King bun where it's like a golden bun on top, a golden bun on the bottom. And then where the burger would be, the red letters Burger King, but it's tilted on its axis a little bit, like it's tilted to the left,
and surrounded by a bluish, like a swooshy thing,
a blue swoop. Yeah,
okay.
But
the
now
blue swoop.
So instead of that, they've gone back to, they're not tilted on their axis anymore. Now they're straight up and down, and the blue swoop is gone, and the golden bun is replaced now by an orangey bun.
Yep.
And the Burger King has more of a sort of like bubble font to its logo.
It looks more vintage.
Yeah.
Because it is.
Vintage.
I mean,
yeah.
It just shows the world that we're in right now, because, there's so much, just craziness when you watch TV or whatever. You go on social media, it's like what they call it, doom scrolling. And as I was scrolling, I came across this logo. And I think because I've just been so inundated with negativity, I got so excited.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, I'm so glad they brought that logo back to the point. And it just shows I have a problem. I was like, I wonder if I could get a T-shirt with that logo. And of course I can.
I feel like Burger King would probably sell you some merch. I feel like they would make an opportunity available to you.
There was a fleeting moment where I'm like, do I have to get a side job at Burger King so I could get a shirt, or can I just go online?
Now here's your question. Usually this logo, both logos, I've seen mostly on a white background, but you're a black T-shirt guy.
Oh yeah, this pop on a black T-shirt.
Will they make that available for you in a black T-shirt? I don't know.
And will it be the fancy, softer quality T-shirts?
These are big questions.
I mean, there's a lot of things I need to know, and I have not heard back from the Burger King yet. I know he's busy being the king, but he should write me back.
I'll tell you this. I am very impressed with Burger King and impressed with any company that is, and I hate to use this word because it's the official word of 2020, but the word is pivot. But people, sorry, buddy. I mean, that's the word I've been hearing. We got to pivot. You got to pivot. Things are coming your way. You got to pivot, everybody. And then we
need to have an offline conversation about the word pivot.
All right, we probably will.
Circle back to that.
Yeah, we'll circle back to that later. But the idea is nostalgia.
Yes.
This is
totally.
a brilliant idea for them to do this.
What's that, like 70s era Burger King
70s,
logo?
80s, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is and I would think of the I don't think Vicky, Joey, or Sarah, I don't know if they remember this that much, do you?
I do. Because I know they had it, definitely in the 90s, and we usually went to Burger King because there's one nearby.
They had it in the 90s?
Yeah. I
Really?
mean, it might have been a little bit of a different color, but yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's see.
So I'm looking at some of the super old logos from like the 50s. Wow. And there's just like a dude with a king's crown sitting on a hamburger. I don't know, but I kind of like that one.
Oh, that's
home with a Whopper.
Oh, I didn't realize that they didn't go to the swoop. When did they go to the swoop, the blue swoop, Vic?
99.
In 99.
Oh, okay. So prior to 1999, they still had some version of this older one. So then it is a little nostalgic for you guys.
From 69 to 99. Pretty much the same logo.
Yeah,
minus a couple of little different color switches.
See, they've gone back to the 70s OG colors. Mm-hmm. So this is...
somebody wants to know, are they going to go back to the brown, orange, and yellow uniforms? LOL. I had one of those back in 1988.
Oh, man.
They better.
Yeah, if you really want to go old school with that, I'm going to start following. Gosh, I'm going to start following sports teams. Will we see some throwback? We see throwbacks anyway every once in a while, but will they really go back and do some throwbacks?
Well, the NHL's doing that reverse throwback kind of a thing where they're taking like some of the old jersey designs, but like adding a new flair to it, maybe changing the color scheme so like the more prominent colors are now being like minor colors in the jersey and taking like the minor colors and making them the more of the featured color. But there's definitely a nod to nostalgia with that.
I wonder if they're going to go full boat with that, and we're going to see like the Chicago White Sox come out in their shorts like they had in the 70s.
The Mariners, are they going to have those sleeveless ones?
I hope not.
Can the Astros go back to that old rainbowy looking one, though?
Oh, I feel like if any team should do it, it's got to be the Astros because people love that.
That is the coolest jersey, in my opinion.
It's a really cool jersey. I remember that it was cool for a lot of us counterculture people. I remember I had a friend of mine that loved wearing jerseys, and I you know what? A lot of love for him because people made fun of him so much. And now, how many people wear jerseys? He was like...
He was a trendsetter.
He was a trendsetter. He had a jersey for every sport before you could even... I would be like, how did you get that? Like, he had to pay some big money to get some because they didn't make them readily available at I say, relatively affordable prices. Well, it depends on where you go. I think this nostalgia theme, if they bring it to everything, boy, how cool is that?
So what do you think is like the most... I'm looking at that logo and it just puts me in a good mood. Like, is there an iconic logo for you that like you just see it and you're like, yeah, man. I don't know why, but it's stupid because it's just a business. It's a restaurant. You know what I mean? Like, it should really not do that to me. But I look at that logo and I was instantly in a better mood.
Yeah,
I love their burgers.
There's. I have two, but I'm going to do mine because I don't think anybody will do mine. Whereas the second one, some of the other people in the show might do it, so I won't do the second one.
Okay, but you got to tell us it after we get through everyone.
Okay, it's the Star Trek Delta, which is
that like that thing that looks like an A?
Exactly. That's and if you're Greek, it sort of does look like a delta, and that's an iconic symbol that always puts a smile on my face because I've loved Star Trek pretty much my whole life.
You see it and you're like, yes,
yeah. So that's my thing.
All right, Vicky.
I think it's a really silly one, but I really love the old Apple Macintosh, like the rainbow apple.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because it reminds me of elementary school playing like all the weird little games, including Oregon Trail. Like, it was just...
Remember those weird
cool
Mac computers too that were like that had like that blue wrap on them or whatever?
Yeah, that was even after.
That was after, yeah.
I remember like the little square boxy things that were tiny little TVs almost.
Would you be happy if in the latest editions of the iPhone, whenever they update them again, that they actually throw the rainbow apple on the back of every iPhone?
That'd be cute.
I wonder if Apple's working on that right now. Mm-hmm. Honestly, again, because nostalgia is so huge, and they're usually like their fingers on the pulse. I wonder if they're going to bring that rainbow. That's a great call.
All right, Rev, what about you?
We're talking Burger King, but for the nostalgia and for the kid, it's the Golden Arches, man. Like, because that meant I was going to get a Happy Meal if we were going by those. Or at least you could beg for one.
Yeah. And the thing is McDonald's logo has been the same for almost, I feel like, all time. I know they've had a different logo way back in the day in the 60s. But
slight tweaks.
Yeah, but it feels like it's always the same. So I wonder if they're going to pull a move or just go, hey, we're always nostalgic.
And one texter says, the Pornhub logo. That gets me all the time. It always gets me going.
Me too.
The Toys R Us logo. Rest in peace, Jeffrey.
Oh, that just makes me sad now.
Yeah, exactly.
Kid, my wife and I were just talking about that the other day because the Toys R Us is still there, like as a building in Puyallup, but it's every year it's the Spirit Halloween store.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just basically the place for Spirit to set up. But when we go by there, I'm like, man, I wish that place still existed right now. I know they're trying to bring it back, but now having a kid, you kind of want to go to just a straight up toy store.
Yeah.
Not like a toy section of Target or something.
Yeah.
But it needs to exist like it did like back in the 90s or the 80s, because I went there like a couple years before it closed, and it was like half baby stuff, like clothes and cribs. Like,
But that's what Babies R Us is for. Come on, Jeffrey.
Well,
there
that's
used to
the
be aisles
problem.
and aisles and aisles of just toys.
That's the problem, though, Vicky. They couldn't just make it on toys anymore. I mean, that's so. As much as they want to bring it back, where are people getting their toys? Is it Amazon? Is that
And Target.
Yeah,
Target is the big one, yeah.
Well,
Walmart.
And Amazon.
Yeah. All right. So that's the. I hate to say it, guys, but you can't have it.
Joe, what's yours?
The Bell from Taco Bell.
Nice.
Good call.
All right, BJ, did anyone say the one that you said?
No, I thought for sure that just anything that looks like Baby Yoda. For me, that puts a smile
That's
on
not
my
really
face.
a logo.
It's not a logo, though.
I feel like he's turned into a logo.
It's not a logo.
His face and ears, to me, I've seen like that silhouette. Like at the beginning.
But that's not a logo for a brand.
See, I was
Mr. Nitpickers wanted to throw in Baby Yoda.
Yeah. Have you seen the intro? So you haven't watched The Mandalorian, but you guys know the intro for The Mandalorian. They show the 4 iconic logos before they even get started with the Star
They
Wars
don't even
thing.
show a Baby Yoda in those 4 iconic logos.
Yeah, they're just the helmets.
Oh, really? I thought I saw a Baby Yoda in that.
No,
eventually.
they're all just either helmets or droid heads.
Oh, damn. All
If
right.
we had
well,
another
then
BJ on the show, he'd be yelling at you right now.
I
know,
stand
right?
corrected. I always see. How about the subliminal thing? I thought I saw Baby Yoda in that, and it was part of that 4 thing. But anyway, well, any sort of Baby Yoda looking thing. But you're right; it's not in the context, so we'll have to. No one now. I know why nobody said it. But at least I gave a real good answer. I did that.
The Star Trek one was good.
Yeah, that was my answer.
The other one was Red Rotten.
Thanks, buddy. We got a man snoring. We got to talk about this because a man snoring leads to him being arrested. Steve will tell you all about it. He's got the Mix Report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load, terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has the widest range of electrified vehicles on the market, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
Hey, Washington. Delta Dental is on a mission. Our state has a lot to smile about, and we think those smiles should be healthy and bright. That's why our Tooth Fairies taught over 30,000 kids the importance of dental care. Whether it's in the classroom or online, they make good habits stick and spread a little magic along the way with free programs, parent resources, and of course, toothbrushes. The Tooth Fairy experience is helping us get closer to being 100% cavity-free. Learn more at cavityfreewa.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Yes. Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Mix Report.
Well, thanks, you guys, and today's the day to grab the soap, grab the bathtub, and jump on in because it's bubble bath day.
Oh, okay.
I haven't had a bubble bath in, I don't even remember.
Yeah, right?
I've done an Epsom bath, but there's no bubbles unless I fart.
Oh, that's definitely a bubble bath. Yeah.
All right, well, I don't know if you have plans this weekend, BJ, but if you don't, maybe you should give yourself a nice bubble bath.
All right. Well,
relaxing.
I'll give that about 5 seconds of thought.
Yeah. So you're going to definitely do it. That's
that's what it is.
Light some candles, put on some sweet sounds of, like, I don't know, Kenny G.
If somebody would actually fill the tub and empty the tub, then I would do it. But it seems like a big pain in the ass.
Yeah, whenever I've taken a bath, it's like, it's just such a long wait to get that tub filled. And it's just like, once you get it going, you're just like, all right, I just spent like an hour basically just to get in this thing.
And you're so tall. Do you even fit in a bathtub?
Oh, the knees got to stay up.
Yeah.
It's not very, honestly, I'm like, I I'm like, I should take a bath to help my sore body, and then I get out and I'm sore because my body's contorted just to fit in the bathtub.
Yeah, and when you're sore, do you feel like fixing a tub and bending over and doing all that? I mean, I look at them and go, I'm not going to, like they told me to do that for my back, and I go, dude, I can't bend over. You want me to bend over and then somehow get into that damn tub?
You know, screw it. F bubble bath day. We're not doing it.
Whoa! Yeah, you know what? This is the dumbest day of the year.
It's Blue Friday.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
It's Stone Cold Steve Austin Day. We're talking to him at 7:20.
Blue Friday and Stone Cold Steve Austin Day.
That's right. Hell yeah. All right, let's talk about this guy that got busted and got arrested all because of his snoring. I guess we were just talking about McDonald's in the last break. Pretty much any break we end up talking about McDonald's. I feel like. But the cops had to show up at a McDonald's in Florida around 4 a.m. because, well, there was a, quote, suspicious vehicle around there. It turned out it was a guy that was parked in his truck in the drive-thru lane. The problem is he wasn't ordering any food. He decided to take a nap. He was passed out, and when they found him, he was snoring so loud they even mentioned it in the police report.
That's some serious snoring,
right? That you have to make it a point of like, dude, this guy snores so loud.
That guy is sawing some definite lumber.
The whole thing is very odd because the engine was off. It's not like his car was running. The keys were in the ignition. I mean, obviously he's still going to get in trouble for drinking and driving. He wasn't able to walk because he was so drunk. He barely. I mean, he failed the sobriety test, and he even admitted that he drank 6 to 8 beers at a bonfire and a bunch of Rum Runner tiki drinks.
Oh, well, okay. All of a sudden, now that guy's he's a little bit better in my book. You know, he loves the Rum Runners.
And I don't believe they sell those at McDonald's. So.
They don't?
No. Well, he's been arrested for drinking and driving, and he also has a suspended license.
Yeah, he's kind of he's kind of bubble bath kind of guy is what he is.
Today's the day to head on over to the grocery store or the convenience store, wherever it is you get your lotto tickets, because the Mega Millions and the Powerball jackpots are both near $500 million.
I wonder if they're going to see just crazy records amount because people are just so fed up with life that, you know, they're just looking for that magic pillow.
Dude,
magic pillow or the magic bullet, whatever the hell you call it.
The magic bean?
The magic something, yeah. It's not a magic bullet. It's a magic bean or the pot of gold. They're looking for, you know what, they're looking for treasure.
The money.
Yeah.
Mega Millions. This could be the 8th largest jackpot if somebody wins it tonight. The price is estimated at $490 million. And if you get the cash option, that's going to be $372 million.
I'm too lazy to go play. Joey D's, you going to go play?
I'll do it. Let's do it.
All right. We'll talk about this. We'll go in on it.
Powerball, $470 million, which would be $362 million with the cash option because nobody won that one on Wednesday. Man, we have good chances. The odds of winning the jackpot is 1 in 293 million.
So you're saying
there's a chance. Yeah. And this is just the third time that both jackpots have reached more than $400 million. The fun part is just to pretend and kind of think about all the things you're going to buy with members of your family and friends that you would hook up with cash with that kind of money.
Oh, yeah, the Department of Imagination is what you're doing.
It's pretty much it. Yeah. I'm paying $10 just to daydream.
Yeah. You know what? When you put it that way, it's like, wait a minute, I do that for nothing. What am I doing?
Right? Oh, well, you know, the NFL season, as we know, is over. What does that mean? Playoffs start this weekend.
Playoffs?
There's going to be 6 wild card games. On Saturday, you have Indianapolis taking on Buffalo. The Rams are taking on our Seattle Seahawks. You're in Seattle. I don't know if you guys got tickets. No, you don't, because no one's going to go. But that game's at 1:40. And then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are taking on the Washington football team after that game happened. So there you go. That's Saturday's games.
Yeah, I have a little... are you going to tell us Sunday's games?
No, I chose not to. No, yes, I am. Baltimore versus Tennessee, Chicago at New Orleans, and Cleveland is taking on Pittsburgh, if Cleveland even has a team.
See, I'm a little sad.
Why?
Because I want to be the last game. Because then I can really be excited about watching all the football games. Do you want... If your team loses, do you ever want to watch the rest of the games?
Oh, no, I'm done.
Yeah, see, that's why
zero interest in watching. I will not watch a minute of that type of game.
That's why I always want to be the last game. I really, really want to, so that because I get excited if we win. Like, let me watch the rest of the games.
Plus, I hear tomorrow's supposed to be a nice day, so I wish we were the last game so I could go out and enjoy the weather and go for walks and then, do some stuff and then come home and finish things off with a good Seahawks game. And we don't have to wake up the next morning, well, early. I mean, we have to wake up because that's just how life works. But we don't have to get up super early. So if it's a nail nail biter of a game, I don't care.
Do you trust? Do you trust to record that you could just go have your day and not hear anything and then just watch it?
Well, we're gonna it all depends on the baby and when she wakes up because we do want to go out and go on a walk. So we might be pushing it close to the start of the game, and if that's the case, I'm gonna DVR it and I'm turning my phone off at 1:40. If I'm not in my house watching the game,
turn everything off, baby.
The power is going off on my phone.
Steve, you'll be spoiled by fireworks, man.
Well, no, my hope would be able to catch up in time.
Oh, okay.
But, dude, you're absolutely right. Like, my wife, if she's doing some stuff and not watching the game with me, she'll yell from upstairs, go, "The Seahawks just win?" I'm like, "Yep." She's like, "Yeah, I hear the fireworks."
Yep.
Although we have a Seahawks hater in our neighborhood because they set off fireworks when the Seahawks lose. Or they're Seahawks fans that are just like, "F it, I'm setting off these fireworks no matter what."
Could be either, actually.
They could be a little dyslexic. And they think that that W is an L. I thought the L was a W.
Or maybe they think the fireworks will make them win. I don't know.
Yeah, or they're just stupid.
I could be a little bit of all of the above, for all we know. Well, anyways, good luck to the Seahawks. Big game tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun. Jamal Adams going to be playing. Most of the players are going to be healthy enough to play, so that's a good sign for the Seahawks.
I like that when you have a team where most of them are healthy enough.
Right. I mean, remember last year we were going in with Marshawn Lynch as our running back because none of the running backs were healthy.
Boy, that seems like so long ago.
That was just last year.
You're right. Man, I forgot. It's like I forgot all about Marshawn being on the team last year.
Yeah. Speaking of Marshawn, happy anniversary, everybody. Today, the 10-year anniversary of one of the most epic Seattle Seahawk moments in history. It was January 8th, 2011. The Seahawks are taking on the Saints in an NFC wildcard game when Matt Hasselbeck hands the ball off to Marshawn Lynch, and then an earthquake happens.
Crowd silent now, as opposed to when the Saints have the ball. Oh, look at this run. What a run. Marshawn Lynch still on his feet. Has blockers now. He's dancing his way for the touchdown.
That's as good an effort as I've ever seen in my life from a running back.
Oh, man, what a moment. The Beastquake 10 years ago today.
It's insane,
I remember watching that game and I had goosebumps again.
Yeah. And it's so great because last week the color commentator for the game was one of the Saints that played on that team, and so that was brought up during the game with the Hawks and the Niners. Oh. It was like, oh, you remember that? Because they talked about how basically the NFC East team's got a 6-10 guy going in or whatever, and it's like, yeah, really, it's just so like you have to play a team. It's just ridiculous. But sometimes they can surprise you. Those 6-10, 7-9 teams, and the dude goes, yeah, thanks for letting me know. He goes, I think it was a Seattle team, wasn't it? There, Jimmy or whatever, you know.
Yeah, because the Seahawks going into that playoffs for 7-9, that was the first time ever a team with a losing record was going into the playoffs,
and they won that game. They moved on. I mean, granted that was it after that, but still,
and it became the Beastquake because it registered on the earthquake on the seismic graph, which was kind of crazy because the CenturyLink at the time, what it was called, Lumen Field or Quest Field, whatever it was. I think it was Quest Field at the time. It was so loud that people just lost their minds, and the Seahawks won that game 41-36.
That was the beginning. That was the beginning when people started realizing the magic of Pete Carroll and what was about to happen. I mean, we had our old unis then, and Hasselbeck was still on our team.
Hasselbeck, those old uniforms, and this was like the start of the beast mode era for the Seattle Seahawks, the identity of that team. Earl Thomas was on the team at that time.
People were starting to go, whoa, is something happening in Seattle? Because at that time, nobody still knew about us or cared about us.
Yeah. Someone even, Jake from Potsdam, he messaged us saying, hey, today marks the Beastquake touchdown against the Saints. I'm not originally from here. I'm from New York, but I've been living here for 16 years. Maybe it's time for me to change teams.
Dude, come on board. Come on board, brother.
And go Hawks.
I mean, this is 10 years of amazing football. And Steve, you and I have been here long, and of course, people even longer. You know what football was here before 10 years ago. It's just, we had that nice run to the Super Bowl, but a lot of bad football here for so many years.
There were many times where you couldn't even watch the game on television because they were blacked out because they weren't sold out at the Kingdome, I remember. I remember there was I think it was Como one year. They bought a bunch of tickets, Como 4 News or something, because they were just we want the game to be shown on TV, so they bought out the rest of the tickets.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to think. Now it's like you're on a waiting list to be on a waiting list to be on the waiting list.
Now you can't even get in the place.
Well, that too.
Forget about it.
Yeah, nobody, not even season ticket holders could get tickets again.
That's how
crazy it is.
That's how popular they are.
As far as weather, 46 degrees and rain, that's the Mix Report, and that's what's up. And one more time for everybody. Go Hawks.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, it's and look, I don't know if you're driving downtown at all, but it is really cool to drive at least on I-5 North, because you get to see all of the buildings rocking 12. The Polyclinic has got the green 12, and the Renaissance Hotel. This is the one good thing about COVID, because they probably don't got a lot of people staying in hotels, is they get to light up all the rooms into a 12.
Oh, somebody brought up a good point. I don't know if Rev could even find it quick enough, but someone's like, you guys got to play Steve Rabel's version of the play-by-play.
Oh,
yeah. Yep, I got it right here.
All right, let's do this.
Center, Obamanu goes in motion right to left. Turn and handle into left side. Finds a little bit of a hole. Keeps his legs moving. He's across the 40. Midfield. 45. He's on the run. Lynch. 40. Pushes the man. 35. Look at him go. He's down to 20. 15. He can go. He is going to go. Touchdown Seahawks. Oh my word. A 67-yard run. Marshawn Lynch. Unbelievable. He must have knocked 5 guys down on the way to the end zone. The beast is alive and well.
Grabbing my ding ding.
And then he grabs his ding ding.
That was the one he did that in.
That's the start of the ding ding grab.
And I, of course, Steve highlighted it. I don't know if it was highlighted so much on the original, or I should say the TV broadcast, but Steve highlighted the guy he pushed, which really led to him being able to get the touchdown. The guy he pushed, the guy went flying across the field. It was amazing.
That was Tracy Porter, and he threw him.
He threw him right across the field. It was amazing to see how far out of the picture that guy was basically just shoved. And then by that time, the rest of the block, whoever was helping him, blocking him, they were able to catch up as he just throws him to the ground. How do you, with one arm while you're running, throw a dude to the ground? It's such an impressive run. Oh man. Just love that. And there's Porter going, okay, I don't know why I bother to get back up. I got no shot here.
Yeah, he threw Tracy Porter out like a trash on Tuesday morning.
Oh, it was wow. And again,
it's cool. My trash day is on Tuesdays. Monday, sorry.
Such an iconic moment that pretty much started it all. I think really that's when we all believed. We all believed that maybe there's something to this team, because we get a lot of promises, and even going to that one trip to the Super Bowl, we were like, such a bad taste in our mouth. But Pete Carroll and Beast Mode, we started to believe.
Well, because the year before was just that Red Rotten season with Jim Mora as a coach.
Oh God, yeah, Jim Mora Jr. was not good. Yeah, those are not good years. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
Which pop star had the late 80s hit song Straight Up?
Straight up, no, tell me it's gonna be Paula Abdul.
Yes.
Oh, why am I singing this?
Yeah, why are you saying that?
I don't know.
All right.
I used to really like Paula Abdul.
All right. Well, I mean, I think there's a lot of reasons you should, but yeah. Anyway, you have a shot at beating Steve. 206-421-ROCK. We'll play Beat Migs. We'll do that at 6:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. What's the difference between filing for bankruptcy and credit counseling?
Credit counseling is a useful process in some circumstances, but it does show up on your credit. In fact, from a credit scoring standpoint, credit counseling shows up just like a bankruptcy, so it's going to affect your credit as negatively as filing bankruptcy. In credit counseling, the idea is that a credit counselor works with your creditors on your behalf to try to lower interest rates or work out payment plans with your creditors to pay back your debt over time. In credit counseling, you almost always pay back 100% of the debt, sometimes at lower interest. And of course, some creditors will participate in that process and some won't. So you're usually left with kind of a mixed result with credit counseling and, of course, a high payment.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Hey, Washington. Delta Dental is on a mission. Our state has a lot to smile about, and we think those smiles should be healthy and bright. That's why we support our Cora Foundation Smilemobile. This dental office on wheels provides checkups and oral health education to communities that need it most. The Smilemobile has reached over 44,000 children and families across Washington. See how the Smilemobile is getting us closer to a 100% cavity-free state at cavityfreewa.com.